was your favourite part of being there for that year? Was there one part of it at least that you kind of go, I enjoyed doing that a lot?
When I get to WWE? Man, no, not really. I enjoyed throwing Jericho through that stuff with the Elimination Chamber. I enjoyed stuff like that. I enjoyed the different opportunities that a bigger company like WWE would present because they had done it for so long a period of time and they were the kings. I enjoyed the opportunity to get in the ring with different guys.
When did you know? So you're there from March of 2003 to March of 2004, 1 year run. How far into it did you realise I'm not renewing this, and what was the catalyst for that?
You know, I wanted to have a good time. I wanted to try to have a good time. It just felt like a different place. It was imagine you're in college. We're not in the States, so I don't know if this analogy is really going to fly here. But imagine you're in college and you're on the football team, and you have a fraternity that lives across the street. When you, as a football player, go over to that fraternity, you're not very well liked. You're not welcome, but they want to have you there for some reason. That's how I felt. I just felt out of place. I felt like everybody was everybody was trying to tear me down, you know. But that's, you know, my paranoia. It just felt completely different, man. It didn't feel like home. The business was run in a completely different way. You didn't have the inmates running the business like WCW was. But it was a totally different deal. It was more business. It was truly a business there as opposed to, you know, this entity that we had chosen to do to earn a living, and it's fun because we're with our friends. It just was completely different.
Was part of the tough aspect of it that when the Monday Night Wars had ended and they tried the invasion thing and it didn't quite pan out the way they wanted to, around the time that you were there, they went to a lot of shock tactics, whether it's Vince facing his daughter on TV or various other things. Was that part where you were kind of like, I don't really want to be a part of that?
I leave the ring as a champion one night, and I grabbed about a 5 or 6 year old little boy on the way up to the ramp, and I put him on my shoulders and I gave him the belt, and I saw the look in his eyes, and then a guy named, Rosie, God rest his soul, who was one of the most wonderful guys I ever met in the business. But he had this character called the superhero in training, and if you look at the first letters in each word, they were italicized, and it spelled out on his shirt. And I mean, I had just grabbed this 5-year-old kid and given him an experience, and it gave me a great experience too. And then here comes this wrestler with a shirt that, has this profane word on it. I just, I know wrestling's different, and I know it caters to a large different demographic of people, and you have to satiate the young and the old, and you got to have the shock value, and you got to do this, but it just wasn't something I signed up for at that point. So I pretty much, 6 months, 7 months into it, I felt very uncomfortable being there. It was weird. I just didn't feel like I belonged. I'll be honest with you, I didn't feel like they wanted me.